Forget the mailbox. Okay, call my mom. Nice. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double check. Uh-huh. Okay, let's see if it's gonna happen. Ay, ay. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Don't make it away. I like doing this intro because I can push. I always can push it way, way above. Made a couple of videos. Made a lot of videos actually. I got a great news. I got a bad news. We are at season 2 of Kenny vs. Penny. The greatest thing. The greatest thing. Oh, wait a second. Wait a freaking second. Oh, give me a second. Okay. I just have some cool information. We're starting season 2 of Kenny vs. Spencer Nolan Rice. Kenny Joel Otts versus Spencer Nolan Rice. I'm in a good mood. Why? Because I'm drinking Fago. Right? Change a couple letters. This is a very offensive word. So without further ado, I'll start. And guess what? Your boy is a freaking dummy. It's a freaking dummy. Okay, we didn't lose a lot. We lost 4 minutes of content. I forgot to press record on my screen. So now, what we're gonna do is, of course, do a recap of the season. What I like to do when I do a season, I like to talk about my general thought of the second season. My general thought of the season. We started doing this with Trailer Park Boys. Usually I don't talk about the season, but with Kenny vs. Penny and Trailer Park Boys, I know the show by heart. So I'll give you a general thoughts of the season. The funniest thing with this one is Kenny vs. Penny is such a unique show. First of all, keep the promotional material. Right? Right. Right. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. Like I was saying, season two, the weird thing with Kenny Fitzmagic is I don't know what season two is. Right? I have to check out the episode. Like, who can drink more beer? Who can say naked the longest? Now, the fun thing is, who can say naked the longest? They don't have it. The nicest thing with is, I never did a season of Kenny Fitzmagic. I was always doing the whole show. So, this is really meaningful. Now, season two, I'm looking at an episode which is really, really, really cool. Yeah, this season was great. And now, we have a little bit of a problem. It's stuff at season 5, there's no season 6. So I'm hoping to find a web series that has episode number is season 6. So season 2 to me felt really good because it felt like season 2 felt like we knew what we had in store. Season 2 felt like we knew the concept of the show. Season 2 felt like we knew Kenny and Spenny. Season 2 felt like we knew what to expect, and now it was just a question of upping the antics. So when you look at the episode, that's when you see, like, for example, who can drink more beer, who can say naked the longest, who has the biggest balls, who do old people like more, who can dance the longest, the first one to talk lose, who's funnier, who can kiss more women, who can sell more Bible, who can win a rat race, first one to be mean lose, who's a better journalist, and who's a better rapper. Now, season 2 has a plethora, and I do mean a plethora of great show. However, it suffers from one of the biggest problem of Kenny vs. Penny is in between seasons they don't really change. Fuck it, we had the moon, and now we don't have it. I got ADHD, by the way. Like you can tell. It's okay. We did film it a little bit, so I mean this is pretty cool. We did get it today, but I didn't get it in plenty. You see here, it's starting to get really cut off. And when we started the video 2 years ago, it was still showing. So that's my mistake. The problem with the Kenny vs. Penny, and this is a problem that I relate to a lot. This is not a video about me. This is a video about the show, but I still have a thing about it. I started making content. I was 28, so on paper I'm fully grown. Hard to believe, I know, but I am. And in my book, if I started making content at 20, I would have changed more. Kenny and Spenny didn't really change during from season 1 to season 6. They're still the same people. They're still the same people in different situations. When you look at season 2, those are some of the great moments. One of the greatest moments. Are you kidding me? Who's the better rapper? Fucking phenomenal. Who can win a rat race? Fucking phenomenal. There's a really good show, but they didn't really change. So, and this is some of the beauty of Kenny vs. Penny, but this is also one of the biggest flaws. There's not an evolution. There's not an evolution. It's just the same thing happening over and over again, which is a beautiful thing because if you give me the best fucking fettuccine alfredo, I won't go anywhere else. If you serve me the best fucking steak, I'll go to the same place. You see me the best entertainment, which is Kenny vs. Penny, I'll go back to Kenny vs. Penny, right? Even though the show didn't change that much, I still came back years after years. And the nicest thing about it is, although the show didn't change and the boys didn't change, I changed. My perception of what was right has changed, right? So let's start right away. We got season 2, episode 1. Who can drink more beer? Who can drink more beer? I'm gonna be honest and say it's a weird first episode. It feels like if it really feels like they didn't take a break. They went in thinking, hey, it doesn't seem like there's a break because it's a weird first episode. So you don't need to say it is a classic who can drink more beer. Spenny has a passion for drinking. There is a bit of the story of Amsterdam where Kenny tried to kiss Kenny. Although, do we know if it's true? Do we think it's true? I think there's some truth to it. Do I think that is so? I think Kenny tried to kiss Spenny. No, I think Spenny tried to kiss Kenny. But I think Spenny wanted to fuck. I don't think so. Right? We're just drunk. So we start. We have you gotta decide which beer. Kenny said one of the beer. Funny thing is, Kenny doesn't drink. So Spenny had large advantage, which is good because how can I say this? Because Spenny is a bit too cocky. So Kenny comes in again. As the first episode, it is insane. The show is insane. Just the first weird. It's a weird first choice. So Kenny say a beer, and Spenny's like, "Yeah, I'm fine with that beer." They censor the name of the beer, which is possibly for legal reason. Go figure. And then they start drinking. Right away, Kenny talks to the camera and say the reason why I took that beer is because they have a non-alcoholic version of the same thing. Now, there's a character that I did talk about season one, because to be honest, it's super weird. So in season one, episode one, we meet Goldfield. Goldfield, which is the owner of a pharmacy. He's kind of cuckoo. He is kind of out there, right? But Kenny likes him because, see, this is the difference between Spenny and Kenny. Kenny often, but that's a way of thinking too. This is a problem when it comes to how you perceive the show. Spenny wanted to teach a lesson to people with the show. Kenny wanted to entertain. So Kenny, he saw Goldfield as a specialist. He said, this guy is fucking entertaining. He's kind of crazy. Not really crazy in the sense of the term, but he's kind of out there. He's like, this could be doing a good show. This could be something that people enjoy watching. And that's why he refers to Goldfield. The reason why we didn't mention Goldfield in season one is because he only uses him in like a couple of competition. So Goldfield tells a story about pills that will not make you drunk, which is cool because I don't know if it works, but if it works, that's a great pill. So Kenny, he has two of the beers, and the first beer, like I said, is not alcoholic. It is alcoholic. Now there is a kind of a fucked up thing. He hides it behind a door, which, I mean, is it such a good hiding place? They don't show him moving it, but Spenny would have find it. And so they put a red tape on it to say this is Kenny's beer. So Kenny asked to act drunk, which is fucking funny. They go one night, they're drinking, and they're really drunk. Kenny, the first, I don't remember the exact order. I'm gonna have to film the moon, I'm sorry. The exact order, I think the very first night, he brings in some addiction specialists. So they're like, hey, Spenny is drinking. And the funniest thing is they know the competition. Because Kenny keeps saying, this is the arm wrestling competition. So it's like, oh, they know the show, right? Because they had to justify, Kenny has to justify that this is not the competition that you think. Then, on the second day, he brings in a whole fucking orchestra and play music, and Spenny has, a hangover. The show goes well. Kenny does something crazy, which is, so they can die. No, sorry, I'm so sorry. They can lose the game if they puke. So Kenny, he gives a product that could induce vomiting. So Spenny is like, oh, you fuck with me. Spenny is drunk. What he does is he take a hockey stick and run after Kenny. So Kenny's like, you're drunk, get out of here. And then Spenny goes out and he has his whole speech how he doesn't like the competition. And it's beautiful. The speech of Spenny is beautiful. He's talking about, are you not entertained? Which is a gladiator speech. So there was this gladiator called Spartacus. And Spartacus was a fighter. Usually, the gladiator were slaves. So they were very uncultured, very, very uncultured. Spartacus was the only one with like an education. And he saw the horrible thing that would happen. How people would die, how people almost weaponless would fight giants. And like, are you not entertained? So Spenny looks to the camera and says, Kenny wins, Spenny's hurt, Kenny wins, Spenny's hurt, Spenny's hurt, Spenny hurts, and then he starts crying. So it's a really sad moment because you see the reality of how he says the walls are dropped down. At the end, there's a really cool moment. I just gotta film the moon